Quick video update on the greenhouse. We have everything doing a lot better. We got our lemongrass are about to plant, but our dragon fruit is all coming along quite nicely, getting ready for a little bit of a haircut, so we can keep climbing vertically. Bananas are looking awesome. They've been loving the warm weather that we've been having, the warmer nights. So what we're aiming for is that 50 degrees to start putting stuff in the ground. 50 degree nighttime temperatures. So we have our lemongrass in here. It's been in a bucket. In a bucket with water. Thing's probably pretty well rooted out. You can kind of see right in there. So we're getting ready to transplant this before it all starts going anaerobic and starts actually dying on us. I'm a big fan of keeping things stupid simple. KISS is the acronym. Keep it simple, stupid. Some people don't like that. I don't know. It doesn't hurt my feelings. So the biggest thing is you have N, nitrogen, P, phosphate, and K, potassium. So also those are the big macronutrients. With a lot of these organic fertilizers, especially the ones that we're getting from Neptune's harvest, sometimes you're gonna have a little bit more. So this is my fish fertilizer bottle. This one's Alaska fish fertilizer 511. It was a good bottle until my dog chewed the top off of it. Goofball. So I don't like necessarily measuring things out super on point. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, but also I'm keeping in mind that if I do excessive nitrogen and things like that, as soon as it's getting in the ground, it's going to be potentially burning it and then making it to where that plant isn't quite comfortable with that amount of macro and micronutrients. So we've got to kind of ease it in. A little bit of that, a little bit of this. A little bit of that. So what I'm using, just to get a broad spectrum of everything, is the liquid humate 12%, Neptune's harvest, the seaweed plant food 011, and that's also from Neptune's harvest, and the seaweed plant food as well as the kelp meal. Anything that's kind of seaweed or kelp based is going to have a lot of those little bits of micronutrients, like growth hormone and everything like that, that tells the plants, hey, it's time to start growing. And then also the fish fertilizer, just good all around, feeding the microbes underneath the soil. I don't like using a lot of those synthetic fertilizers because, here in Arizona, we already have a bunch of salts in our soil. I don't want to necessarily be adding to that. So I'm going to use the organic fertilizers to, give a good longevity to, the tropical oasis that I'm trying to create. Here in Arizona, you have a vast array of types of soils. Out in the foothills, we have, some big rocks and everything else like that. It also has a layer of caliche and clay through it. Down in the valley, we have a lot of that real thick clay that, if you try to dig in it whenever it's wet or dry, it's just a pain in the butt. It doesn't perk real well. But luckily enough, we're up here on the mesa where, I really don't have to do a perk test. I've seen, whenever we've gotten 1.5 inches of rain in a day, it's really not sitting for the whole day. So I know that's going to drain within 24 hours. But if you do have clay or that kind of rocky caliche soil, it's still good to test and see, just so that way you're aware of, if things are going to be pulling or if you need to break up that soil a little bit more. Now we're just going to pour in a good bit before we get our plant in there, and then we'll top it off a little bit more on each plant. This bad boy is pretty good and root bound, so I'm just gonna give little pinches here and there, so that way it's not gonna basically just stay in this configuration the whole time. Some people like to break it up with a knife. It's a little bit cleaner of a cut, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give it a good pull back and forth. Especially with this lemongrass, it's a fibrous root system, so you're not necessarily having to worry about breaking a taproot, but you still want to break all that up. So I'm gonna do that a little bit there, a little bit here. I'm gonna continue doing this over by the hole. After I get done, I'm just going to give it a little press. Just because I don't want to get air. Alright, one last good soaking. I'm going to feed those leaves too, work as a foliar feed. so we can get the nutrients straight to the plant. We'll have the last little bit of sun it's going to get today. And there we go. There's one. And I'll fast forward the other ones, that way you can see me plant. All right, and if you have any questions or comments on how I could have done better or what I did, please feel free to put it in the comments, and please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't, then, well, leave a comment, let me know what I could have done to do better. Thanks, bye.